Adventurer! I'm Reno Jackson, world-renowned archaeologist, explorer, and treasure hunter.
Few cards in Hearthstone evoke such strong feelings as does Reno Jackson. He's saved the lives of countless control players who love his beautiful gold tooth face.
Oh, it's worth thousands!
And aggro players hate his guts, as he's caused more than a few rage quits.
Oh, that did not look like fun.
But whether you love him or hate him, it's hard to deny Reno is one of the most important cards of the past 2 years. So, before our intrepid explorer bids farewell to Standard with the release of Journey to Un'Goro, let's take a closer look at Reno Jackson.
We're gonna be rich!
Impulsive, clumsy, and good-natured, Reno Jackson is a member of the League of Explorers.
That boulder's huge, get out of the way!
We think. The other members of the League, an archaeological society dedicated to exploring the mysteries of the world, tolerate Reno's antics more than welcome him.
So, did I ever tell you about the time I infiltrated the ogres of Dire Mall in disguise?
Yes.
While Bran Bronzebeard had previously appeared in World of Warcraft before his card debut, Reno was created exclusively for Hearthstone and acts as the primary escort for the first wing of the League of Explorers. Unlike the other members of the League, Reno is a bit more concerned with the quest for treasure than the pursuit of knowledge.
Hey, that's a nice statue. Such a shiny ruby.
When Reno Jackson was unveiled at BlizzCon 2015, he was met with eager anticipation and praise for his unique mechanics.
This is another card that really changes the way that people might think about playing and building their decks.
But also doubt if he would work in the meta.
It's not really a good enough creature to play by itself. I feel it would be a good enough creature to play by itself if it was 5 mana, but it's not. So that's a little bit of a disappointment.
If your deck contains no more than one of any card, fully heal your hero. 6 mana for 6. Yeah, the thing is, many cards are really good, so you want to have 2. And that's why it's not good. No, not good.
His unique requirement of single card decks just didn't mesh with the state of the game in late 2015 and early 2016. A time when Dr. Boom, Secret Paladin, Tempo Mage, and later Yogg Saron were the dominant forces in the meta. While his competitive debut at SeatStory 4 was indeed spectacular,
he's got Reno Jackson! No way! Whoa!
and the pros and casual players alike were excited to try Reno out.
Reno Jackson, that's a really cool card.
Holy shit, this card is cool.
Pretty much a trump card.
He was initially unable to make a significant impact on the meta. For most of 2016, he primarily carved out a niche for himself among handlock shells. Over time, however, the term Reno deck became a household archetype as more and more experimental single card lists made the rounds on ladder. But the timing still wasn't right for Reno to truly strike it rich. The introduction of Standard was another obstacle for Reno, as the now smaller card pool limited deck building options and gave players access to less tools with which to flesh out a Reno list. One Night in Karazhan added some needed cards, but the time still wasn't quite right. Then the mean streets of Gadgetzan arrived. In a time where aggro decks were as dominant as ever, Mage, Priest, and Warlock received incredibly powerful cards to support Reno-style decks, such as Inkmaster Solia, Raza the Chained, Cabal Courier, and most important of all, the highly flexible Kazakus. With Pirate Warrior and mid-range Shaman reaching all-time peaks in their power, Reno Jackson's time to shine had finally arrived.
I'll take care of the rest.
Which brings us to today. The card pool is deep enough for the Reno archetype to finally become a legitimate tier deck, making the charismatic explorer as popular as he has ever been. That, in a way, is the tragic irony of Reno Jackson. He only truly found his place in the meta as he is set to leave it. He shone most bright at the end of his standard life cycle, becoming not only a defining force in the meta, but one of the most recognizable Hearthstone cards in the game. While the legacy of Reno decks will be carried on by cards such as Kazakus, we owe a lot to Reno Jackson for creating a new archetype all on his own.
I love this card. Thanks for implementing cards like this.
So, as you ride off into the sunset with the arrival of Un'Goro and a new standard format, we salute you, Reno, or wish you good riddance.
Wow, I can't believe that worked!
Thanks for watching. If you want more great content, be sure to hit that subscribe button.